What's up everyone, Dr. Jordan back here again today, and today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. Rather than doing a workout, I'm gonna talk to you about sciatica. It's one of the most common complaints that I get. So today we're gonna talk about what it is, why we get it, and how to fix it. So to get started, sciatica is irritation of your sciatic nerve. Now I have a lot of people that come into my office and they're like, how do I know if I have a pinched nerve or if I have sciatica or if it's something else? A pinched nerve and sciatica are essentially the same thing, it's just a specific nerve that's being pinched, your sciatic nerve. That sciatic nerve comes from your L5-S1 nerve roots, which are about in this area in your lower back. It runs down the back of your leg into your glute here, underneath a muscle called your piriformis muscle. So about the back of your knee here. At that point, it splits into two different nerves. So sciatica is just irritation of that nerve somewhere along its pathway. Now the most common cause of sciatica is a disc bulge at the L5-S1 area. Now that doesn't mean if you have sciatica right now, you have a disc bulge. You don't have to freak out. Even if that is the cause, it can still be fixed. Another common cause is compression of it underneath our piriformis muscle in our glute, as well as dysfunction in our SI joints, creating impingement or irritation of that sciatic nerve. So to get started, I'm gonna start by showing you a stretch. If you have that deep pain in your glute, right under that piriformis muscle that's sending some shooting pain, kind of like right underneath your butt cheek from your lower back, I'm gonna show you a stretch and a starting point of where you can go to get yourself some relief. So this first stretch is my starting point for people who are dealing with sciatic discomfort. This is the figure 4 stretch. This is what I get to all my patients who come in and say, I'm having this discomfort. They line it out for me. We determine that it's sciatic after doing some tests. This is where I have them start out. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna lay down on your back, feet planted on the ground to get started. We're gonna do this stretch on both sides, but you definitely wanna do it on the affected side. From here, you're gonna take the heel of the affected leg and place it on the opposite knee just like this. Now for some people, you might feel a big stretch in this position. If you do, that's good, you're just gonna hold it here. What this stretch does is it helps to loosen up your piriformis muscle and to gap your SI joint a little bit to take some compression out of both of those areas. Now for those of you who are in this position, you're like, I don't feel anything, this is super easy, and you're trying to like push to get more of a stretch. What I want you to do is take both of your hands, grab behind your knee here, and pull it up towards your chest. From there, you should feel a little bit deeper of a stretch behind that glute there, and you'll just hold it there. I usually tell my patients to do this stretch twice a day, so morning and night. You're gonna hold it for 30 seconds on each leg. That's 2 minutes out of your day, easy enough. So the next stretch that we're gonna do is the pigeon pose. Same muscles and areas are gonna be stretched and affected with this one, but it's a little bit more of an advanced movement. Some people that can do the figure 4 stretch might not be able to do the pigeon pose. So if the figure 4 was too easy for you, you feel like you need more out of it, I want you to progress to this pigeon pose. So what you're gonna do is take the affected leg, you're gonna tuck it underneath you, try to get it at about a 90-degree angle out in front of you. The opposite leg goes straight out behind you. You're gonna hold this position here to get started. You should feel a big stretch through the back of your glute here and some relief in your lower back. Hold it again. This is another good one that you can do for 30 seconds on each leg, 2 times throughout your day. It'll help to alleviate some of that compression of that nerve as it runs underneath the piriformis muscle and through your SI joint. Now for those of you who are in this position and don't feel enough of a stretch, what I want you to do, we're gonna make this a little bit of a dynamic movement. So you're gonna take your hands, bring them up to your chest here, and from here, lower your body down to deepen that stretch. When you come back up, you're gonna squeeze your opposite glute to bring your body upwards, and you're gonna do repetitions just like that. Try to do about 5 reps of that movement on each side to help get some relief from your piriformis discomfort. So after you've ran through those stretches, the next movement that I want you to try is the cobra press up. A lot of people who have discomfort in their sciatic nerve that's originating from a disc bulge have trouble when bending forward. So sometimes going into an extended position can help to alleviate that discomfort and pain and that nerve irritation going down your leg. So the cobra pose is a great exercise to do for that. Now, I'll preface it by saying this. If you have pain when going into extension, or if going into extension aggravates the nerve pain going down your leg, then this isn't the movement that I want you to do. I'll show you another one in a second that I want you to try out, okay? So for the cobra pose, you're gonna get down here with your hands tucked underneath your shoulders, forearms and elbows against the ground. From here, you're gonna press your body up as high as you're comfortable going. If you have enough range of motion just to get onto your elbows, then you'll stop here and hold it in this position. The goal when doing this exercise is to let your lower back and your glutes relax, to let the tension come out of the area. Now, if you feel like this isn't enough and you can do more of a stretch, what you're gonna do from here is press yourself up higher, and same thing, hold it in that position, allowing your lower back and glutes to relax to get some relief from the discomfort. The reason why this pose can give you some relief if you have a disc bulge in that L5, S1 area is when our disc bulge starts to protrude backwards, flexion kind of like sends that material back towards the nerve a little bit more. So going into extension helps to open up that IVF and take some compression off the nerve, as well as taking some compression off of that disc material. So doing the cobra pose is a great exercise to do if you feel like flexing forward creates discomfort in your lower back. All right, now if you're one of those people who have discomfort or an increasing discomfort when you go into extension, I don't want you to do the cobra pose, I want you to go into child's pose instead. So a lot of you know this yoga pose, it's my favorite yoga pose, even though I'm terrible at it, it's the most comfortable one to do. What you're gonna do here is get down on the ground. If you have stiff hips like me, you're gonna place your knees a little bit wider than hip width apart. From here, you're going to sit back onto your heels as far as you can, arms straight out in front of you, and open up that lower back. This position here should help to take some of that compression out of your lower back and alleviate that discomfort of pain going down your leg. All right, so now that we've stretched and mobilized the area, the next thing that we want to do is bring some stability to it with a few exercises. Now the first exercise that we're going to do is clamshells. The goal of this exercise is to strengthen and stabilize your glutes to help take some stress and tension off both your piriformis muscle and your SI joint and that L5-S1 segment. Our glutes and our core are the two main areas that stabilize this area of our body. So if we can get these muscles firing and functioning properly, it helps to alleviate that sciatic discomfort. So for clamshells, you're gonna take an exercise band and place it around the top of your knees here. From here, you're gonna roll onto your side, keeping your hips and shoulders stacked on top of one another. From that position, the goal of the exercise is to keep your feet together and lift your knees apart from each other. So when you're doing this exercise, you wanna focus on making sure that you're not rolling backwards as you lift your knee up. You wanna keep your pelvis stacked and focus that movement straight into your glute here. You should feel your glute firing as you start to do the exercise. I like to do about 3 sets of 10 reps on each side to get my glutes warmed up and to help take some stress and tension off of my piriformis muscle and SI joint. The last movement we're gonna do for the day are bird dogs. This is a great exercise to bring in both core stability and some glute activation. Like I said earlier, both of those areas are the main areas that stabilize our SI joints and our lower back, so doing this can help a lot with that sciatic discomfort. So what you're gonna do for this, we're gonna start down on all fours. For this movement, you're lifting your opposite arm and opposite leg up and trying to keep your pelvis tucked, so you wanna keep your belly button tucked in here. You don't wanna extend far into your lower back or be extra rounded here. You wanna keep it in a nice neutral position with that pelvis tucked in. From here, I'm gonna lift up my left leg and right arm out in front of me, squeezing my glute and keeping my core tight as I do it, and then bringing them back in to touch each other and coming straight back out from there. I like to do about 3 sets of 5 to 10 reps of that exercise on each side. Again, focusing on trying to stay as stable as I can in my core and squeezing my glutes at the top of the movement. It's a really good way to get both of those areas activated and stabilized to help decrease that discomfort in your lower back and that sciatic pain radiating down your leg. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found some value from this. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, reach out to me with any questions or concerns you may have. I'm here to help you guys out. I'll see you again soon.